I have officially given up on being a swing trader. I've spent so much time trying to swing trade, trying to learn a new strategy, trying to become a trader that inherently I'm just not. I spent the last 8 months learning a new strategy, learning how to trade on the bigger time frames, focusing on weekly, daily, 4-hour time frames. Now, don't get me wrong. I think those are time frames that you should look at. But for me, personally, it just didn't work out. I think everyone is meant to be a certain kind of trader. Everyone's meant to be a swing trader. Well, not me say. Everyone is meant to find their own niche in trading. Some people are meant to be swing traders. Some people are meant to be day traders. Some people are meant to be scalpers. Some people are meant to trade commodities or indices or futures or forex or stocks, options, right? Everybody has their own thing that they're good at. Everybody has their own thing that that makes sense to them, really, right? I would look at a trade and I would see it on the higher time frames, and swing trading, it would make sense, but it felt like I wasted so much more time trying to get the perfect entry, trying to have this align and this align and this align. For me personally, it just wasn't working, and I think that's a reality that you have to come to with yourself. Some people can't look in the mirror and say, you know what, this isn't working for me, it's time to change. Some people would have too much pride even admitting that, hey, I wasted the last few months of my life trying to become this trader that I'm not, and losing more or not profiting as much as I could if I would have just stuck to what I knew initially. So who do I see myself as now? I'm not a swing trader. I see myself as a day trader. I know I am. I like intraday. I like getting in the markets and getting out the same day. I like only holding the trades maybe for 12 hours, maybe 14. I don't like having to wait for this perfect, gigantic, big setup, this 200, 300 pips setup, waiting 2-3 days for it, and then it doesn't even play out. Now, I think swing trading does work for some people, but for me, it just didn't work out that way. I'm waiting for these huge moves, and price is only giving me 50 pips, 80 pips, 100 pips, and then it's reversing. I'm getting hit at stop loss. I'm getting taken out of my positions where if I would have just stuck to day trading, I would have made all of that. That would have been my 1 to 2. That would have been my 1 to 3 if I stuck to that. But since I'm trying to go for these huge pips and having a stop loss of 50, 60 pips. Again, nothing wrong with that. You could be an intraday trader and have 50, 60 pip stop losses. That's completely fine. But when there's certain stipulations and there's certain things to stay away from. And again, when you're following a strategy, you want to follow it to a T. I don't want to waver. If I saw that it worked for this person doing that, I'm willing to give it a chance. And I gave 8 months of my life. I gave 8 months of my trading career to this. And ultimately, it didn't work out. Now, that's not to say that swing trading doesn't work, because I think it does. There's times when I was able to make 200, 300 pips, where I was able to get those big trades and make a good amount of money, make, $600-$700. But then I look at this past week and, I took a trade, only went for 100 pips. I took a bigger trade, went for 200 pips, and I made 600 in a day compared to making 600 in a week. So I got to a point where I'm sitting back and I'm analyzing everything. I'm analyzing, right? I spent so much time analyzing. And this year taught me that I need to sit there and analyze everything. If I want to move forward, if I want to treat this as a business, if I want to quit my 9-to-5 job, I have to analyze everything. So I sit back and I see certain things and I'm like, it just isn't what you think it is. And for me, it's like you can learn, but you also have to develop your own strategy. But I realize I can't swing trade. I feel like I'm missing more moves than I should, right? And I work a 9 to 5 job. Me working that 9 to 5 job means I have very, very strict hours of when I can trade, right? So I work typically now, I was working 8 to 6, or 8 to 4, right? I was doing that Monday through Friday. You're basically missing literally the entire New York session. And then now I'm switching more to like 9 to 6, 10 to 6, 2 days out the week. But mainly I'm 9 to 6, right? So I have 2 days where I could trade New York Open, New York Stock Open, right? I could trade that and get a trade on US 30 or getting a trade on gold and stuff like that. Or entering, certain Forex pairs around that time. And then now it's like, okay, I have the ability to wake up at 6 a.m, get in a trade. A lot of times I'm entering a trade before I even show up to work, and then I'm just managing it throughout the day. I'm watching it throughout the day, and TP will get hit in that same session, or maybe we'll get hit in Asian session, London session. That works for me because I tried trading London session. I can't get up. I can't function, right? I don't want to be that kind of trader. I've realized that, right? I think it's all about being honest with yourself, being honest of who you are, how you trade, how you operate. And what I realized was, I don't like London session. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and trade, especially not when I have to be at work the next day at 8 a.m. I don't want to do that. I'm losing sleep. I'm stressing myself out because I'm waking up at 2:45 and then I'm staying up until 4:30, 5 a.m. And then what am I supposed to do? Go back to sleep? And then when you wake up 2 hours later, you're groggy, you're tired. Like, it wasn't working out with my schedule. So, and it was like a lot of swing trades, you would get your entries during that time. So it's like, if I just stick to this time and I stick to intraday, and I stick to what makes sense and what I know best, then that works. And I think for so long I was more afraid of switching my strategy again, because I felt like I've done it so many times in this career. I've been trading for 3.5 years. We could basically say 4. I've been trading for about 4 years, 3.5 years, and I feel like I've gone back and forth. I feel like I've flip-flopped so many times, and I felt embarrassed to do it again. But it's like, why would I be embarrassed if I actually know when it unlocks, right? Like this week was a wake-up call for me. It was, you had it right all along, but you just doubted yourself. You didn't have the confidence. Now here's the good things that I could say about swing trading. Swing trading helped me be patient. Help me not have FOMO. Help me wait for price to come to me instead of chasing price. My biggest problem was having too tight of a stop loss. Swing trading ultimately is going to force you not to have a tight stop loss. It's going to make you put it at the right structure, because if not, you're getting stopped out. And number 2, patience. Being patient on when to enter. Being patient on letting price get to your TP. Not taking entry early, and having confidence. You have to be confident. For you to sit there and say, hey, I'm only taking a trade once it gets to this point, and if it doesn't get to that point, I don't want it. Or hey, I got into the trade, so if I hit stop loss or TP, I'm fine with either. That's confidence. And that's the pros. That's why I don't look at the last 8 months that I spent doing this as a negative thing. I think this is very, very, it was a fundamental part of my trading, because I'm hard-headed. I can't lie, I'm hard-headed. Sometimes I have to fall on my face so many times before I learn the lesson. So it took me 3.5 years to understand that. It took me 4 years to gain confidence, to gain patience, to not chase price. 3.5 years, 4 years, just to learn that. While other people are able to learn it quicker, but I learned not to compare myself in this journey. So that's me. Now I'm sticking to just day trading. You're not going to catch me swing trading. Now that doesn't mean I won't take positions that are long. I'm just going to focus more on daily time frame, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 for entries, right? that's mainly just going to be what I do. And last week, I did have a 200 pip trade. Worked out great, worked out phenomenal. You are going to have those big runs, but I am going to focus on, even smaller trades, getting 50, 80, 100 pips, stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, you could leave a question down below. Any comments, please like the video, subscribe. If you have any ideas or anything that you want me to talk about a little bit more, just let me know. Also, follow me on my social media. The only thing I have right now is Instagram. It's going to be JJB Trades. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.